and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Carly and I run a handmade small business called Marie Lynn Made. And today I've got this whole stack right here of fabrics that I need to quilt for keychain wallets because I want to bring some of the new fabrics to the Watermelon Festival. But if you saw last week's video and the video before, I had all of the patchwork pieces left over from the quilt. So I ended up quilting them with what would you call that? Like the batting. So we're going to have 2 keychain wallets out of that patchwork, and then we are going to have 1 tote bag. That's what I was able to get out of those pieces. So yeah, we're going to have 1 tote bag, and I still need to go to the fabric store and kind of find a lining fabric for all of these. I'm thinking more of like a sage green. Let me see if I can find one on here. It's almost like in between those two there. That's the color that I'm looking for. So I'll keep you guys posted on that if we get to that in this video. But it is what time is it? 3:11 right now. My dad's picking me up around probably like 4:30-ish. We've got a meeting at church, so I've got until then to get to quilting all of this, and I've got to fill up some bobbins because they're all pretty much empty. So I like to, this is just a little bobbin case that I got off of Amazon, and I just fill it with the bobbins that fit my machine. So I'm just going to fill all these up as well and finish off this spool of thread, and I've got 2 more over there. So yeah, we're just going to get to quilting and see how much we can get done before my dad picks me up. Okay, so now that all of our fabric pieces are quilted and cut up, we're going to put labels on one side of them, and then we're going to pin the liner and the zipper onto the other side. So I started doing that, but I did clean up the room and not reorganize it, but I kind of moved some things around. So the tower, the 10-tier shelf that was right here at the end of my table, I moved it in the closet because I felt like it was kind of in the way, and it kind of closed off the room a bit. So I moved that into the closet, got that out of the way, and then I put all of the new fabric quilted pieces up on the top there, and I've got room for I think 1 or 2 more fabrics. So I'm weird like that, if I have an open space, I want a fabric to go there. So I might go this week and try to find one that I like or that I've had my eye on that I want to put over there. But yeah, we're going to finish working on putting the labels on the other side and the liner and zipper on the one side of the zipper wallets, keychain wallets. And I've got my coffee here, and I do have a couple more Kindle sleeves that I'm going to be working on as well. So let's get to pinning and putting these labels on. Also, I did go with a liner for the tote bag here. So it's going to be like this sage green, lighter sage green color. And I've already put the pocket on there, and I cut out the handles for the tote bag as well. So that's what it's going to look like. I think it's going to come out super cute, and I'm excited for this one. I'm going to bring it to the Watermelon Festival and see if it sells there. If it doesn't, then I'll put it on the website, but for now I'm just going to bring it to the Watermelon Festival with me, and yeah, we'll see if it sells there. If it doesn't, I'll put it online for you guys if you guys are interested. Okay, and what I'm doing right now, I'm only going to make 4 of each of the wallets and all of the new prints just for now to see how they do at the Watermelon Festival, and I'll put them online as well. I still need to take pictures of the Kindle sleeves in the new fabric, but the weather hasn't been like so great in Florida, so I take all my photos outside and it's been like rainy and gloomy, so I'm trying to figure out how to photograph inside. The thing is, I have to do it like in the morning when the sun is coming through the window in here, but I do a lot of my work at night, so I'm trying to figure that out as well, but just bear with me on that. But I've got those pinned together, and I'm going to separate these. So like these ones, I'll make a pile that need labels. These ones are going to be the zipper and the liner. So I'm just going to separate these ones. Well, these are already done, so let's move these out of the way. And I have to fill up my bobbins again. I feel like when I quilted all of this fabric, I went through it so fast. So my bobbins, that is, anyway. So we got label, liner, and zipper. And I did finish Wild Eyes, and I loved it so much. And the ending like really got me because it turned and I was like, there is no possible way that this person did that to her. So I was a little shocked on that aspect, but it was a really good book. And I am currently, I started, let's see, on Audible, Starside. So that's another like fantasy kind of like magic, swords, you know, all of that. So I started that one today, and I think I'm on chapter 5. So that one's pretty good so far. It was either that or I was going to start, there's a new Frida McFadden book out called, I think it's called The Divorce. Let me see. Yeah, it's called The Divorce. So, and like I said, I go to Hoopla first, which is through like your local library. And if it's not on there, then I'll go to Audible. So the Starside isn't on Hoopla at the moment, and neither is The Divorce. So I still had some credits on my Audible, thanks to Brittany. I appreciate you. She knows me so well and always gets me that as a gift, so I appreciate that. But I went to I went to Audible, and I got Starside on there, so it's good so far. And why I need 1, 2, 3. I'm missing one of those. There it is. Put that one, these over here. I'm already confusing myself. These will be labels, and these will be liners. We'll move this tote bag. Okay. Liners, and I've already got all of them cut out here, and I just keep a stack of them, all different colors that I've ever used, and I just keep them all together, and I just go through them, and you know, if I need to cut more, I'll cut more, which I'll probably need more white labels, but yeah. So we'll just grab our zippers here. And I just keep all of my zippers like in any clear plastic or bin on just one of the 10-tier shelves there. That way they're just right by me, and I can just keep all of like my zippers, threads, liners, all of that over here. Just so it's easy for me to grab. And I wanted to show you guys this hack that I saw. So if you can notice, like this one, the batting on it is like really thin, and I've noticed like I ordered batting online, and two of the rolls that came in were like super thin, and I'm like, you know, I was kind of upset that it had come that way, because normally it's like super fluffy, like these ones here. You can see the difference, like how fluffy that one is versus how thin this one is. And I saw, even you can see right there, I saw this hack, and I wanted to share it with you guys because I had never seen this before, and I never even knew that this was something that you could do. So we take our iron here, and you want to make sure it's on the steam option. And what you're going to do is you'll flip it over, and you're going to stay like as close, let me see, as close as possible to it. I hope you guys can see. And then you use your steam, and it literally puffs it back up. I did not even know that that was a thing to get your batting, you know, plumpy like that. So put that to the side, and as you can see now how much more fluffy it is, and it's almost the same, if I could hold them, the same as that one. Look at that. I think that is so cool. I forget the girl who I saw do that on TikTok, but she just saved me because I was really upset that that batting that I had gotten was like super thin. So that's what I've been doing to the ones that are a bit thinner here. And I'm just going to continue pinning them together and then sewing them. Let's see. So here, I'll show you this one. How you can see it's like super thin. Doesn't really have much like fluff to it. So we're gonna bring it close here, and I have my steam option on, and I just push my steamer button to release the steam. I should probably be doing this on my ironing board, but that's okay. And it just fluffs it up. Let's see this side. And as you can see, like how much more fluffy that is. I can't even believe it. So I'm gonna finish steaming the batting on these, and then I just have to pin them all together, make sure I have enough of the pull tabs, and if I don't, we'll make some of those, but I'll catch you in just a little bit after I'm done pinning all of these. All right, so we're on the last couple steps of these keychain wallets, of just pinning them together and then putting the pull tabs in there as well. But I updated the website today. It was kind of slow at work this morning, so we're almost into summertime, so this is going to be our slowest times of the year. So I brought my laptop with me and did some refreshing of the website, added these keychain wallets, added the Kindle and book sleeves on there, and I sent out my first like email marketing campaign, which I haven't done that before. I don't know why, but that was nice to learn and, you know for future like product launches and stuff. And that way it just automatically, well, I create the email, but it sends it out to everybody who is like subscribed on my website, like with their email address. So it'll send them an email letting them know, which I thought that was cool. And I worked on getting my Etsy kind of up to date because I haven't really done much on my Etsy page either, like with updating the listings. So I did that today while I was at work. And yeah, and I don't know if I told you guys, but my son's hamster passed away. It was his first animal that he kind of picked out on his own. And he was over 2 years old because we had gotten him before I quit drinking. So I'm over 2 years sober. So he was definitely over 2 years old, which is really long for a hamster, I think, but it was just kind of sad. And, it's his first little animal that he picked out. So we've been going through that, and probably the last like 2 weeks or so, his name was Pumpkin, but he was kind of like struggling, and I was just, worried about him, but he went peacefully. He looked super comfortable. So yeah, that was what we went through this week. And I am ready for the Watermelon Festival. June 13th cannot come quick enough, which, I still have not a lot to do, but it's still, it takes a lot getting everything together, making sure everything's charged. You got all your signs and everything that you need. But this time I did take off Friday and Saturday from work. So I normally just take off the day of the event, but I've noticed every market I've done, I'm like, I just need that extra day, like before the market, to get everything together, pack up the Jeep, and not, you know, go to bed at 3 or 4 in the morning and then get up at 6. So I took that day off as well to kind of be a little bit more organized. And she had sent out an email about you can set up Friday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. or Saturday starting at 6. So I chose to do Saturday because I just don't know about the weather and leaving my tent there overnight in case it storms. So I just chose to, I'll probably get there at like 6 or 7 in the morning. I'm probably around 7 by the time I, wake up and get some coffee and whatnot, but probably get there by 7 and then get everything ready by 10. But I did buy 4 more sandbags and ratchet straps. So what I'm going to do with those that I've seen, obviously I'm going to fill the sandbags, but I have my 4 that I'm going to still attach to the legs. But the other 4, I'm going to use the ratchet straps to hang from the top of my tent down and just kind of give it that weight like downward, because I noticed at the Blueberry Festival, it was pretty windy towards the end of that day, that my tent had moved and it had shifted probably like 6 inches or so, like backwards. So I don't want to chance anything in case it does rain Saturday. I've been watching it like a hawk, and it's like, I think it's at 35 or 45% right now, chance of rain. But we all know in Florida, it could, just come and go and rain for a little bit and then be done. But I just want to make sure that my tent is secure and all of that. So I invested a little bit more in the weights of my tent. And I'm about halfway through chapter 13 of Starside, and I just love it. I love like a fantasy, I don't even know if this is a romance yet, but it's just now like there's dragons in there, and it's almost giving like Fourth Wing vibes, which I love Fourth Wing. Anything like that has to do with like dragons and mystery. And what was the other one that I read? Brimstone. They had like the Fae and all of that. So I'm loving it so far, and I'm on chapter 13, and I'll keep you guys posted on that one. But I'm just going to continue pinning these, and then I finished up the tote bag too, so I'll show you guys that before the video is over. And like I said, I'm going to bring that to the Watermelon Festival with me and see if it sells. If it doesn't, I'll put it on the website for anybody who's interested. But I'm just going to bring it with me to the market first and see if it'll sell there. So I'm just going to finish pinning these, and then I will be right back with you when these are all finished. Okay, so I got all of the wallets finished here. Not finished, but the last step is going to be sewing up the liners closed there, and then trimming the threads and putting that inside the wallet. But I wanted to go over the fabric names with you guys. That way you know if you're interested in purchasing on my website. This one is going to be called Secret Garden. It's that yellow mini floral, and then it's got the dark green on the inside. And this one is Coastal Waters, and it's got a pink gingham on the inside. And then we have Sweet Peony, which I love this one. It's like a peachy pink color. And then this one just has that white leaf print on the inside. And this one is Garden Party. And that one's all of our little gardening things. And this one has a purple gingham on the inside. And this one is just pastel patchwork. And each one of these will be different because it is the patchwork, so they will all be a little bit different. And that one has the white leaf inside. And this one is Grace in Bloom. And this one has that white leaf print on the inside. And this one is Morning Meadow, which I love this one too. It's almost like a dusty sage green, but that one has the white leaf print on the inside as well. Yeah, we've got these all finished, and I'm going to put them on my rack over there and just go through and see if there's any others that I need to make more of, which actually I can bring you guys over there and I'll show you an overview again of like my tiered shelf, and I'm gonna pick off the ones that I need to finish up. All right, so this is my tiered shelf, and I made it a lot higher because again, I kind of rearranged my room a bit, and I put some of that shelf that was right here behind you guys, that was at the end of my table. I put it inside my closet just to give me more space out in the room, because I feel like I was kind of like suffocating in here. It was very like, I don't know, there was just a lot of stuff everywhere. So I made this one a little bit taller, which I need my chair to grab those up there. But I already looked through all of those. Those are all good. Let me check this purple one. That one's good. And I like to have 4 of each. So I'm gonna make 2 more of these mint meadows. I need 1 of the buttercup, and that's why I like to pre-quilt all of my pieces and cut them out. That way I have them ready to go and I can just grab and then make whatever I need. Those are good. Those are good. That one's good. I have 3 of the blue meadows, which I should probably make another couple quilted pieces because I'm going to need more of that one. That one's a pretty popular one. But yeah, those are all the wallets for now. So I just have to make 2, 3 more. And yeah, we'll be done and ready for the Watermelon Festival for the keychain wallets. And I also wanted to show you guys the tote bag that I made with all of the patchwork pieces, which I will have 2 of these at the Watermelon Festival, 2 keychain wallets with the patchwork and all of that. But let me grab the tote bag so I can show you guys. All right, so this is how it came out, and I just love like this lighter sage green inside. And we've got a pocket here, but I made the straps. It's the same size as like the mini totes that I have, but I made the straps longer, and I think it is just so cute. And I just love it so much. So this I will be bringing to the Watermelon Festival with me. And if it doesn't sell there, I will put it on the website for you guys. So this is it, and I think she is just so cute, and it came out so perfect. And I know I showed you guys on some of the wallets how the batting was like really thin and not as fluffy as it normally is when I order it. And I had gotten 2 rolls like that, and I was like, what the heck is going on? And I was going to return them, but then I saw that lady who did that hack, and I wanted to show you guys. So this is like just the regular piece, just right off the roll there. And you can see how it's thin, you know, but this is after the steaming, and you can see how much bigger it got, which is just awesome. Like I would have never thought of that. So these are them like right next to each other. So the top one will be like how it came, and the bottom one, and look at that. That is just so crazy. Maybe you guys can't see like through the video, but it's a huge difference. So if you've noticed that the batting that you've gotten like is a little bit thinner than normal, just use that steam option on your iron. Don't touch it with your iron, but like get as close as you can and just steam it, and it'll puff right up. I think it's the coolest thing that I've ever learned this year so far. So I just wanted to give you guys that information. And the lady running the Watermelon Festival posted, I think it was recently, within the last week or so, like 15,000 people came to it in 2025. So hopefully this year we'll have the same amount, if not more. But she did say that there's over 200 vendors. So it's going to be a pretty big event, I hope. And I'm praying I kind of have like, I don't know what you'd call it. Like I'm a little bit scared because the traumatized from the Blueberry Festival and all of that. But I know that this lady, she's been doing markets for over like 15 years, and she gets the news involved. She gets the radio stations involved, and she does a lot of marketing. So I'm super excited, and I cannot wait. My nerves are kind of getting to me a little bit, and I'm just trying to like stay calm and, you know, get as much done as I can. But, you know, I try not to overwork myself with my work schedule as well. So I just do what I can, and that's all we can do. Like, don't, you know, put yourself into a nervous wreck trying to get ready for a market. So just remember to be kind to yourself and do what you can and bring what you can, and that is it. So bring business cards so people can, you know, go to your website or your Etsy page and they can get in contact with you if they don't want to buy anything that day. So all of the keychain wallets and the Kindle sleeves and the new prints are available on the website, which is linked down below my description box if you guys are interested in purchasing some of these. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me this week, and I'm just going to work on a couple of wristlets to match with the keychain wallets. That way I have them, because I know people like to match them as well. So some people like to mix and match, but I know a lot of people, like if they're buying the wallet, they want to have the matching wristlet as well. So I'm going to be working on that. But yeah, I just appreciate you guys hanging out with me this week, and don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you next Saturday. Bye.